Hey folks. So tonight I want to talk about a big thing that is often disguised as a little thing. Numbers. So, shameless self-love post here. I'm down 6.5 pounds. Thursday morning's weigh-in day. And I got in on that scale and I was very happy when I saw that I was at 338.8 and I was at 433.3 or no, 345.3 when this all started last week. So I'm feeling pretty good, I'm feeling pretty good about me and the effort I've done this week. But then I had to go and send an email to my doctor with an update on how well I've done, and I pulled up my FitnessPal app and I started looking at, did I meet my goal of staying under 2,000 calories a day for the first week? And I was like, well, not the first day, but I can give myself grace there. And there was another one, though, that I was at like 2120, and I was like, oh, Maria, what did you do? And there was a moment where I was like, just bam, beat myself up for just a moment, and then I was like, okay, hold on. Just back off. Your average for the week is like 1904, girl. Calm down. Like, it's okay. And I think, just how that one set of numbers could cause such emotional turmoil, even if just for a moment, even if just for a minute, how it could tank my happy feelings, And I think it's important to say that numbers do matter. I think when we look at the scale, that number matters. Now, whether or not it should is a different story. If we're looking at it and we are in need of a change in the number and the change is in the right direction, then we're fine. If we're looking at it, we're not in need of a change in number and it has changed, or it has changed in the wrong direction, then we're not fine. So I think we have to be careful with how much we rely on numbers. They're great for setting goals. I mean, I have a goal of now next week is 1,800 calories a day. I'm getting close to the bridge where, in order to really lose the weight, I'm going to have to go down to 1,700. And as much as I want to get to that weight, at the same time, I'm kind of like, oh, that's going to suck because 2,000 was hard. And getting back on that train was really hard. But now I'm like, oh, okay, now I've got 1,800 next week to mess with a day. And I also need to make sure that I'm hitting those numbers for how long I'm exercising. I had a migraine all day today, and I didn't get to go to the abandoned mall, well, quasi-abandoned mall here in Cincinnati that I've started going for walks in, and today was supposed to be my next walking day. And now I'm like, okay, well, that didn't happen, And then I get upset because I'm like, not because I didn't go walking, because I don't have the numbers to post to my chart. And I'm just like, wait, really? Are you really, like, is that why you're really mad? Because you just want to be able to say, oh, I did this, and here's my numbers, like, or is it because it actually makes you feel better, like, physically when you do, or because it's helping you in this goal, or none of these good reasons, Maria? It's just so you have them for your chart. I just don't, want to look like the one in the group that's not doing what they're supposed to do. Nobody wants to be that person. And when you're doing things as a group, that happens. And that affects you. And that's why so many people give up. If you're not feeling well enough to meet an exercise goal one week, and you're feeling disheartened by it, for a lot of people who have been dealing with this their whole life, and this is their first time trying to lose weight, it's like, well, I'm just not going to be able to do it. Like, this is just proof. Like, I can't do this today. I feel miserable. I can't even go for a walk, things like that. You beat yourself up over it. I beat myself up over it a lot the first time around. I was in a lot of pain when I started off on this journey. A lot of it. I could barely walk through the grocery store. And whenever I tried, I usually cried in the scan at Kroger. All right then. But I can't even tell you how much better I felt for sticking with it. And that's what I'm hoping helps now. I've got some minor pain here and there in the same areas. And I say that because I've compensated for it. I've learned how to live with it, but it's there. Like, I limit my activity every day for it. And I was realizing while I was in my physical therapy exam the other day just how much I have gotten used to and just decided to put up with over the years. And I'm like, oh, no, don't make me move that way because that hurts too. I don't move that way, very often because it hurts. And then I'm like, I mean, we can do it, and I'll try, but like, you're gonna need to tell me what to do to ice this sucker down because every time I do that, like, I feel it the next day, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because like, I'm willing to try. I'm willing to stretch those boundaries. I'm willing to do all of this, and I do. And then I hurt myself worse because I tried to stretch them on my own, and so I don't end up doing it as safely. Um, if it's like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be doing 10 of these reps here for, just this simple leg stretch thing that they told me to do. And I'm like, okay, but maybe if I like do this like 3 times a day, like that'll be great for toning. And I'm like, yeah, in the long run, Maria, it'll be great for toning. I was like, but right now you just need to take care of your stupid knee and do it once. It's again the numbers thing. It's like, I feel like if I can say that I did it 30 times, then, like, I'm doing great. But sometimes the numbers need to stay where they are. At least for now. Another thing on that number game is knowing what numbers to be looking at when I put in my food. I have always been a caloric intake kind of monitor. I do really well at weight loss with that. But with my migraine today, and with the potential narcolepsy and my lack of energy in the afternoons, I need to start also looking at balancing. Okay, yeah, you're getting your 1,800 calories in the day, but are your meals spread out enough to handle what your body needs in order to keep energy going through the day? There's a big difference between sacrificing, breakfast for a latte and having just coffee with, my yogurt, nuts, and fruit, which I can't eat very much in the morning. I love breakfast food. I do not eat breakfast. I'm horrible with it. But then I'm like, oh, okay, well, why am I so tired all the time? So yeah, I might be getting the numbers I need. But am I doing everything else I need? Am I doing this right? Am I spreading them out correctly? It's like, yeah, Maria, your average for the week was like 1,920 calories or something like that. But if I have two 2,500 calorie days and then two 1,000 calorie days or something, like, that's not healthy. So I need to learn a little bit of moderation with some things. I'm a lot better than I used to. But yeah, the numbers. I still feel great about my 6.5 pounds. And one of the things I found last time that I got caught up in, and I'm concerned about now too, because especially as a woman, we take this kind of stuff a little seriously, and especially with, my history with, as I've talked about with clothing, is that it took me all 4 months and all of the weight that I had lost during the program, which was like about around 50 pounds, before I went down a clothing size. And again, we've talked about this, the obesity, situation, and women in clothing sizes just is this vicious cycle of crap. But I just bought new pants this week. And I was like, oh, they're on, super clearance, and they're my particular favorite work pants and professional pants at Lane Bryant. I was like, yes, they're on sale for $15. Like, yes, and they're not going to make this style anymore. So I'm going to get these. And then I was putting them on today, and I was like, hopefully I'm going to shrink soon and won't be able to fit into these. And I've been between a 26 and a 28 for my pants for a minute now. And I was like, I got a 28 in them. Maybe I should go back and get to 26. And then I thought, it could take you another 40 pounds before you get down to that. And that was disheartening because I had just gotten on the scale and it was like 6.5 down. And I'm like, really? Really? Like, that's true though, And all of these little numbers have an effect on you. They do. And it's a lie to say that they don't. It's a lie to say that the numbers don't matter. Because they do. It's whether or not they should. And that's different for each scenario. So, go ahead and acknowledge when numbers make you feel bad about yourself. And go ahead and acknowledge when numbers, kind of kill your buzz on what you're doing. If you're where I'm at. It's just natural. But remember that the numbers have nothing to do with what you're really doing. And that's just getting better. I have looked at, we'll look at this probably further later, but I have looked at my overeating as self-harm for the past couple of years. When I seriously overeat, it's like attempted suicide almost. It's really, it's just really harmful to me. And I look at the path I've been on and I'm like, this is just, a really slow suicide or a really quick runway to death. Whichever way you're looking at it as. It sucks. And it really taught me about the outlook of me on how I view myself, how I view what I do to myself, and how I treat myself, and whether or not I care about myself. And I think when you start looking at numbers and you start on this journey, you start seeing success here and failures there, and you start learning to monitor this and looking at it through more than just with a scale and your calorie or diet app is saying to you. You will find for you why you do the things you do. And ultimately, you will find out how to care for yourself best. And you deserve to. Just like I've learned that I deserve to. Just something I didn't learn until I was almost 35 years old. Is that I deserve to care about me, for me, and that my wellness is important. So I'm going to do my best to use the numbers in the positive way to make that happen. And on days where I can't, that's what I got my support people for. And if you don't have support people, find them. They're there. Or, give me a shout. I'll see if I can find them. I guess that's it for tonight. Plenty more I guess we could talk about, but almost 15 minutes. I promise you, they'd be 15 minutes or less from now on. Everybody have a good night. Bye.